The SIMDID GTW is a 320mm suede covered steering wheel with an aluminium and carbon fibre wheel plate. The wheel plate is connected to your PC over a coiled USB cable and works with any wheelbase that supports third-party wheels, such as my Logitech Racing G Pro when I'm using the Logitech RSQR hub. Surrounding the wheel plate's border are 11 RGB buttons. The colours can be operated in two modes, either through a mobile app or SimHub. What you can see here are the lights reacting to the game telemetry. A bit later in the video I'll show you how this is set up. In addition to the buttons are two 7-way funky switches. Sitting at the bottom of the input cluster we get two rotary dials. They are also push buttons. Lastly, the two toggle switches for the lights. The left switch flicks between Bluetooth and SimHub mode. The right switch operates the LED behind the emblem logo. In Bluetooth mode, the LED button lights are programmed by a mobile app. You can set static colours or animated pattern effects. The last effect applied is saved to the wheel, and the app is not required unless you want to make a further change. To get the wheel lights to react to the game telemetry, we'll need to use SimHub. It's not a difficult procedure, but you will need to manually set this up. Next up, I'm going to run you through the basics so you know what to look for. In SimHub, select Arduino from the menu bar. Next, click on the My Hardware tab. SimHub automatically populates the window and recognises when the device is plugged in, so you don't need to make any changes here. But for peace of mind, you do want to check this window to make sure SimHub has picked it up. It may not be relevant to you, but as I have another device installed with LED lights, SimHub arranges them in order so the LEDs can be addressed individually. For the wheel plate, the LEDs start at 21 and end at 31. That will make sense for the next step. Go to the RGB LEDs tab. I've already created a new blank profile here, and I'm going to add an effect by clicking on the Add Effect button. As you can see, there is a lot in this list, each entry being a different effect. We're just going to add one of these for this demonstration. Click on the down arrow to show the settings for the effect. Selecting force activation will light up the LEDs when adjusting the settings. Just don't forget to turn this off afterwards, as it's not needed when you're in game. The starting position for the LEDs is 21, so I'm changing this number to 21. A single LED is lit, as this is the 21st LED in the running order. I can move the position by increasing the start position number. I'm also able to light up more LEDs for the effect by increasing the LED count. So all we need to do is move the start position to where we want those LEDs to be lit, and also how many LEDs to be used for this effect. Each effect will also have some additional settings, so that's for you to experiment with. Once you're done in SimHub, you'll probably have a number of effects all stacked up, and it will look something like this. Behind the steering wheel we find magnetic paddle shifters. The arms are aluminium and finished off with carbon fibre paddles. The coiled cable stretches and contracts when the wheel is rotated and comes in two sections with the extension that connects to the end of the coiled cable. The carbon fibre bracket is for the purpose of cable management, attaching the extension cable to your sim rig. At 320mm and having Rally Racing Wheel in its official name, SIMDID have developed this product for a particular audience in mind. But personally, I think this is also an ideal steering wheel for road cars, stock racing and even GT racing purposes. So don't be put off by the name if you're not interested in rally racing, because this is a fantastic piece of gear. The build quality and attention to detail is top tier, and the price is a whole lot cheaper than I would expect for something of this grade. The suede covered steering wheel provides good grip. The suede is glued on, not stitched. That's preferable for handling the wheel. Stitching can be rough, rubbing against your thumbs, and if you do wear gloves, would advance wear and tear on them. And being that this is suede, it's best to wear gloves to keep it clean. Looking close up, the fit and finish is superb. The forged carbon fibre plate is perfectly inset in the aluminium housing. SIMDID designed the wheel plate to fit this particular rim like a glove, completely covering the wheel spokes right up to the edge where the suede begins. The buttons, funky switches and rotary dials have good tactile. These do come across as good quality components. The paddle shifters are solid, magnets give them a crisp snap action. To ensure long life, Hall sensors are used for the switches. I absolutely love the LEDs, and these prove to be rather useful functions. I have the top row set as my shift light indicator, and the remaining 6 programmed for flag warning lights, and my spotter. When a car comes alongside, red lights flash to indicate which side. In EA Sports WRC, I have all the LEDs flashing for my shift light indicator. If you stare directly at them, yes, it may seem a bit overwhelming, but with my attention set on the monitor in front of me, I do want those bright flashing lights to grab my attention in my peripheral. In SimHub, you can lower their brightness if you prefer. Being able to take advantage of the LEDs in this practical way, beyond simple backlit buttons, is a huge selling point for me, and the arrangement of the LEDs around the border is perfect for this purpose. The small amount of effort it takes to set this up in SimHub is well worth it. The SIMDID GTW combines a well thought out wheel plate layout along with good quality parts, and the price is really good too. I'm not able to pick out a single negative here, it just nails every aspect perfectly. This one gets my seal of approval. It's a hooty tooty disco cutie. Well done SIMDID, great job.